Hey, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
All right,
Yeah.
perfect.
Hello.
So, you know, this is Squatch from
Yeah,
Squatch in a Pit,
yeah.
and I'm here with Emil from Set to Wake.
Hello.
Nice to have you here. And again, Set to Wake here is a five-piece metal band from Gothenburg, Sweden. Tell us about yourself.
Yeah, so as you said, I'm Emil. I play guitar in Setwake, and I write a bunch of the songs and the lyrics for for us. And yeah, I come from a small town in Sweden and recently moved up to here to Gothenburg, where we've kind of based the band from now, because we started in a smaller town in the heart of Sweden, basically. And then we decided to move to a bigger city to pursue music on a bigger level.
Excellent. Awesome to hear that you guys are absolutely moving on and progressing from where you guys have started from. Now,
Yeah.
give us a little insight behind the spawn or the beginning of Set to Wake, as well as a little story behind the name itself.
Okay. Yeah. So we it was basically that we all started at the same high school 5 years ago in 2015. So we were pretty young at that time, and we all really wanted to play in a band. And it was a music focused high school, so we all just decided to like rock out and do what we could uh, with the means we had there. And we've progressed a lot from that state. And we decided on the band name in 2017, I think. We started out as Adamant, but then we decided to change the name because it sounded kind of lame. And the story behind the band name is basically that we just looked on Spotify for like songs and bands and stuff and tried to get inspiration from there. And I think our drummer saw the Lamb of God song "Set to Fail," and he basically thought of Set to Wake himself from that, and we felt it fit the style of music we wanted to do really well, and as well as the lyrical content that we is writing about and wrote about back then too.
Excellent, excellent.
Yeah,
Now, definitely looking forward to some talking about the new music that you guys have just released here. You guys released Beautiful End here about 2 weeks ago.
yeah,
And the video imagery to this video is just astonishing. And for those of you that have not seen it or are unable to see it due to just kind of like the graphic image of it, for like seizures and whatnot, but it kind of lets us into kind of know who you guys are and kind of explain to us this whole like animatronic fourth dimension, otherworldly kind of ambience or theme that you guys have.
yeah. Uh, yeah, so we just basically we know the animator that did the video real well, and he's just got out of school for animation. So we felt like we wanted to be his not first client, but like his first band client doing a full video. And we basically gave him free hands to do whatever he wanted. We just gave him the lyrics, the song, and let his mind run free. And we couldn't be happier with it. It's so sick.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
it's phenomenal. It really is. If
Thank you,
if you
man.
haven't checked it out yet, check out Beautiful End there from Set to Wake. Now, definitely collaborating with other people, and touring here. Have you guys ever had the chance of touring here in the U.S.? And if
No.
not, when can we
Oh,
expect to see that?
no, we haven't toured in the US, sadly. I don't really know when you can expect it, sadly, now with the pandemic and everything. We were hoping to be able to like go on at least Europe tours this year and yeah, get some recognition from there and hopefully get over to the US too. But it doesn't seem that realistic right now, at least with the pandemic and us being such a small band, really. I think we gotta grow a bit before we can commit to a full US tour. If I'm
Understandable
being
there.
realistic. Yeah.
Yeah, and I know this whole epidemic quarantine has given a lot of bands the opportunity to kind of grow their social media, the whole video catalog,
Yeah.
things of that nature. Kind of looking back at the beginning of when everything kind of started there with the pandemic and whatnot. Is there anything that you would kind of change about what you guys have done at all?
Yeah, probably. If I could go back and change anything, it would probably not committing to doing an album back then, because we were like halfway through recording an album like a few months ago, and then we decided that that's not really what we want to do. We feel like singles is a lot. It makes a lot more sense right now because like with the pandemic and everything, people got so much on their minds, and committing to a full album can be hard for people, I think. And we pour our hearts and soul into the music we make, so it would probably not live up to the expectations that we'd set up for it. So that's probably what I would change. Then we could have gotten this single out a lot sooner, and the singles after. But whatever, you can change it really. We're happy we got it out now. Anyways, it fit with the Halloween theme,
Yeah,
in my
definitely
opinion.
there. And I've seen a lot of bands kind of lean towards that singles kind of format versus albums. But do you think that's going to be something you're going to continue in the future, or how do you kind of see the future of Set the Week there?
The foreseeable future will be singles, definitely. Like probably a year or two at least, I think. But at some point, we really want to do an album, and I'm really hyped to do an album myself because I really like the concept of having 45 minutes of great music put into this format of both videos, photos, and music, like the full experience of entertainment, really. So I really want to do an album, but it just doesn't make sense right now to do it.
Yeah, especially with how music is kind of consumed right now, definitely makes sense.
Yeah,
Now, talking about just individual songs here, what do you think is your best song to mosh to?
to march to, that's probably Pray, I'd say. We really went hard with that one.
Nice. We'll definitely have to look forward to moshing to that one.
Yeah.
And then also, what song do you think best describes Set the Wake as a whole?
Oh, that's a hard one. That's a hard one because we're constantly changing, and especially right now, we've tried to like widen our sound and try to bring in some other influences than just usual metalcore, gent, or deathcore. But right now, I'd say "Beautiful End" is the perfect description of what Set to Wake is. But that's also gonna change a lot in the future because we don't want to stop trying new things and changing our sound and being creative with what we do. We really want to use everything that we can through music production to make the most unique and best experience for the listener that we're possible to do.
Yeah, I can definitely get behind that. Not putting any sort of limitations on yourselves and, just always keeping an open slate there.
Yeah.
Definitely. Now, as you can see here, we definitely believe and love the paranormal and unexplained, especially Squatch.
Yeah.
Have you yourself ever had a Squatch sighting or any sort of paranormal experience that you just
Oh,
aren't unable to kind of explain or maybe believe?
not Squatch experience per se, not that I know of at least. But who knows? Maybe they're here at night and I just don't see them. But we had some paranormal experiences at the high school actually, where we lived at. There was a lot of I wouldn't say ghost because it sounds so like lame really, but there was a lot of weird stuff going on. Like we rented a full house, a few of my friends and me, and sometimes in the night we could hear like footsteps out in the hallway when everyone were asleep, and knocking on doors and that kind of stuff. And like we had small miniature statues
Mhm.
that was in the staircase to the bottom floor, and those were always moved around, but none of us moved them, from what we
Wow.
know of at least. No one confessed to it, at least.
Right.
It was sort of those kind of experience we had. Nothing dangerous or anything really, but just weird stuff happening.
Right. That's phenomenal to hear about. Always love hearing people's experiences with, the things that we just aren't able to explain or really put any sort of like truth behind, almost to say.
Yeah, man, it's so interesting to uh, both to experience it yourself and to hear other people talk about it, because there's so much openness to what it could be or what could have happened really, and the discussion about that is really the most interesting part, in my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely. Because you can always see one particular side of it, but you can't see everything, and sometimes our mind can trick us.
Yeah,
Yeah, definitely right on with that.
yeah, man.
Now, Emil, let us know, where can any of us find, Set to Wake online, whether it's social media or website, music.
Our tag at every social media is at set to wake SWE, so short of Sweden. But the easiest way to find us is to go to our website, settowake.com, and there you have links to wherever you can find us, like Facebook, Spotify, Instagram, Apple Music, Twitter, everywhere.
Awesome. Now, any big plans for the rest of this year at all?
Uh, the rest of this year is going to be quite calm. We're going to release a single early next year. We just got to get a video done for it, and then we're just going to pump out singles, really. Just going to try to be like a music machine, pumping out music every 2 or 3 months.
Perfect. We look forward to seeing all of those releases once you do get those out for us, and especially that new music video. Granted, Beautiful End has only been out for a few weeks, and we're still jamming that one, but always looking forward to the next step that you guys are taking.
Thank you so much, man. I'm excited to see where this goes, really.
Awesome. So again, this is Emil from Set to Wake. Make sure you guys and find them on any of their social medias at Set to Wake SWE, and give them a good like and follow. And again, want to thank you for joining us here today, Emil.
Yeah, thanks for having me.